Halo 3. We've all played it once or twice. But no matter how good they say it is, how good is it really based on some of the user reviews? I am a dedicated player to Halo 3, and I can definitely say the campaign was just a touch too short. It's not extendedly long like in Halo 1. It's not medium sized in Halo 2. It's relatively short. And don't get me wrong, the campaign gameplay was fun. It's just that they might have cut some corners on it. It's not so in depth anymore. It's kind of just here's some fighting, here's some secrets, deal with it. In my opinion, you don't have to take my word for this. The campaign was well polished, I would say, compared to most of the other Halo games, but it still feels short. And you can check some of the timings that it's gotten. Most, I think, was about 8 hours. And I think it was definitely too short. But stepping away from campaign, let's go on to some of the multiplayer features, like matchmaking. Matchmaking isn't exactly one of the best places to be on Halo 3, because you can fall victim to players that have second accounts. Like, let's say one guy has, let's say, a high skill 20 account, but he just started an account that's about an apprentice. Before you know it, you could be getting owned by an apprentice, and you don't know why, so you'll think he's a hacker, but he comes out and tells you he's got a 20 account. That's one of the problems for the online. Another problem for the online is the constant laggy servers. And believe me, if you know how this feels. If you could be playing a game, next thing you know, it just starts lagging out of nowhere. It could either be 1, your connection, 2, a teammate's connection, or 3, a lag switch. For those of you not familiar with hack terms, a lag switch basically interferes with the connection of the game, making the connection slower and slower, therefore ruining the game for other people, making it less fun to play. Moving on to some of the other aesthetic features, such as weapons and vehicles, I think the addition of the brute vehicles is definitely a home run. The human vehicles like the Warthog haven't changed a bit. Some of the newer vehicles like the Hornet definitely have improved some the gameplay experience. Not to mention the Prowler and the Chopper. The Chopper and Prowler are definitely some of the best vehicles in the game. The Chopper especially, since you can basically run down enemies in multiplayer and campaign at the same time. Because of its speed boost feature, it definitely makes it a heck of a lot better. Vehicles like the Wraith, the Banshee, and the Ghost haven't changed very much since Halo 1 or Halo 2. But the main difference is basically how they look. If you remember, the Halo 1 Wraith seemed kind of dull, and it didn't seem very interesting. But people still wanted to drive it. That wish came true in Halo 2, but the Wraith almost seemed a little too flashy. Now in Halo 3, it's just the right balance. And the Ghost, there's not much to say about it except the appearance and basically how it maneuvers. The speed boost is definitely, I think, one of the best features about it. But you don't have to take my word for it again. The Forge feature definitely was a home run on Bungie's part. The custom games, definitely a home run. Forge does have some problems, though. I think they could probably add some Forge tools like Superglue and Autofloat for those of you professional forgers. And then the custom games lobby, I think the custom games is just at the right level where it's not too complicated, not too simple. But overall, Halo 3 gets a 5 out of 5 in my book. If you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. Rent it, buy it, I don't care, just try it out. It's a great game. The gameplay is pretty fun, but I will warn you, a word of warning for all of you who go straight to online and skip story mode. You will be confronted by players that are godlike compared to you. And believe me, that has happened to me tons of times. Thank you for your time, and Lego Dudes signing off.